Hey everybody, it's Mizu here. If you're like me, you may be experiencing some form of motion sickness, and it's quite unfortunate, but it happens to me in multiple new releases of games that are coming out, and a lot of the times it can be fixed with simple setting changes. So it's not guaranteed that some of these setting changes that I'm about to show you fixes your problem. Everyone's degree of motion sickness is going to be different. People's setups are going to be different. For example, I'm playing on PC on an ultra wide monitor. Some people are playing on a TV monitor. They might be playing on a curved monitor. They may be playing on their phone. So everybody's experience is going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, some of the settings in Wuthering Waves can be changed to help alleviate some of it. And one of the things that you want to do is bring up the menu. And if you look on your bottom right, there's going to be a cogwheel there. And what you're going to do is click on that cogwheel and it'll bring you to the settings page. There's going to be a bunch of settings on the left. And what you want to do is go down one time into the graphics settings. And what you'll see here is a bunch of options. Go all the way down towards motion blur. By default, it was on for me, so I decided to turn it off, and this helped alleviate some of the symptoms. However, I still wasn't feeling too good after playing Wuthering Waves. So I decided to go back into the settings and go down again into the camera settings. So here are the meat and potatoes of everything. You can change a bunch of settings here in order to fit your needs, but the two settings that helped me the most is the regular camera distance and the combat camera distance. By default, both of them I think are either at 0 or 10, but for the most part, for the regular camera distance, I decided to change that one all the way to the right to 100 to the max regular camera distance. For the combat camera distance, I decided to change it to 30-ish or so. I tried 31, 32, some settings that are in the recording. I also tried 20 as well. 20 was still a little bit too close for myself. So 30, I actually liked it. 40, it seemed a little bit too far for me. So, you kind of have to play around with the settings and choose what is comfortable to you. There's another setting that might help you out right away, which is the camera shake intensity. You can change it to low as well if you don't like camera shaking effects. And for the most part, this is going to be a trial and error sort of thing. So there's a bunch of settings here that you can try out in the camera settings that can help you. After changing those two settings, what you can see here is my character. And you're going to see my character is much smaller, right? You can see the environment, you can see more things around my character, and you can see more of the world, more enemies for the most part, and this definitely helped me a lot. I pretty much reduced any symptoms of motion sickness after changing these camera settings. What I'll also show you as well is a side-by-side. So here's my camera for combat of default at 0 and how close it is. Look at my character battling some of these enemies. And then on the right here is the zoomed out at 31. You can play around with these settings with trial and error as you choose, and hopefully this alleviates some of your symptoms. I know changing those two settings may not be enough for everyone. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. So, try out different settings until you find a sweet combination. But hopefully this helps you out. And like I said, everyone's setup is different, right? So I'm playing on PC on an ultra wide flat monitor. I'm about 3.5 feet away. If you're playing on PC and you adjusted all these settings and you still don't feel too good about playing Wuthering Waves and your game motion sickness, what I could recommend that you try doing is that maybe you switch to playing on your phone, because on a smaller screen it may feel a lot better. However, the gaming experience, you may not like it as much since you ideally wanted to play on PC. So I totally get that. The other two options are not that great of options, is to write feedback to Kuro, and you can try to tell them like, hey, I want to play Wuthering Waves, however I'm getting motion sickness while playing the game. And maybe they can try to implement an additional setting or feature to try to help alleviate the problem. However, I don't think that will be fixed right away, so it'll take some time. The other option that you could try to, which is the worst option, is to not play the game at all. I guess there's also one additional option. If you're dead set on playing on PC, maybe what you can try to do is play this game in window mode on a much smaller screen. Although you ideally want to play on full screen and you didn't want to play on your phone. However, would you be okay with playing this game in window mode? So you can try some of this to see what helps you. I know it's not ideal on how you want to play this game, but if you wanted to play the game regardless of the fact, maybe some of these ideals will help you out.